Good morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe at home. Today we will start with GK. I would like to give my introduction first. Myself Shweta Mutkal, a representative of Shiv Jyoti Educational Group, Kota. So take out your GK books. We will start with chapter 14 heading Some Divergent Sports. That comes under the heading of games and sports. As we all know that games are the essential part of our life, it also keeps us fit and fine. So the divergent here means the sports tending to develop in different directions. So we are going to discuss some divergent sports here. Given below are the descriptions of some thrilling sports. Read them and then fill in the blanks with the right names of these sports. So fill it carefully, read it carefully, try to understand by your own. Start number 1. It is a popular amusement ride developed for amusement parks and modern theme parks. Answer: roller coaster. As you can see in the picture, this is roller coaster which we can see in amusement parks or in fair. You must have seen in Dashera Mela also. Number 2, that is George Nissen loved bouncing. He loved bouncing. As you have all seen, we bounce the ball. So such that he made the first of these from metal frame of his own bed. He made it from the metal frame of his own bed first. Name: trampoline. Trampoline. Students, as you can see in a picture, this is made up of a strong fabric sheet. Strong fabric sheet connected by springs to a frame, as you can see in the picture. So answer is trampoline. Number 3, this device is known for undersea adventure, पानी के अंदर. In order to weaken the German forces during Second World War, Frenchmen invented this device. Who invented this device? Frenchmen. And the name of the device is scuba diving gear. Number 4, this is a land surface which is made of attaching roller skates to water skates and adding a few new features, that is skateboard. Student, this is a kind of a short narrow board with 2 small wheels which is fixed on the bottom of either end, which help a person to ride, and the answer is skateboard. Number 5, the objective of this sport is to climb suspended vertical rope. Suspended ऐसी vertical ropes खड़ी हुई होती हैं. Use only the hands and the arms. Hand और arms की help से चढ़ना होता है in the shortest time possible. Time limit is here. The usual starting position is seated on the floor. Usual starting position is seated on the floor, then you have to start climbing. That is called rope climbing. ROPECLIMBING. Number 6, this is a game in which players try to hit other players on the opposing team. 2 teams are there. So the person who is from this side will try to hit the player on the opposing team with balls and avoid being hit themselves. अपने आप को hit करे बिना. It is an unusual sport but not unknown. Although it is unusual, but we cannot say that it is unknown. We know it. The game is played on a field such as basketball court with a center line. Generally, the main objective of each team is to estimate all the members of the opposite team by hitting them with the thrown balls. Means person have to save themselves by hitting the ball. Means dodge ball. There may be between 5 and 10 balls in the play. The name of a game is dodgeball. 7th and the last one is the winter vehicle was created by armored bombardier by rigging an aeroplane. Rigging is a wire or a rope for supporting a structure like gliders, parachute, etc. Propeller to the motor of a car and mounting it on the back of a sleigh. Sleigh which is drawn by a reindeer or a horse. So, this is a kind of a motor vehicle which used for travelling over snow, and the answer is snowmobile, snowmobile. Now, moving on to the next chapter, that is chapter 15 under the topic science and technology. As we know, science and technology help us in many ways. The topic is astronaut. You must have heard about astronauts like Neil Armstrong, Rakesh Sharma, Yuri Gagarin and the Kalpana Chawla. So, let us study about it. Who is an astronaut? Astronaut or a cosmonaut is a person trained by human space flight program to command, pilot or serve as crew member. They are trained of a spacecraft. Here some are interesting astronaut facts that you might know. You might not know. So, we are going to discuss some facts that you might not know. Maybe you know. Number 1, astronauts are people who serve as spacecraft and fly into outer space. In Russia and the former Soviet Union, they are known as cosmonauts. As of 2010, we have to fill the blanks according to them. So, please read it carefully with me. You have to answer all the fill in the blanks. 505 people worldwide have gone into space. The pilots or commanders of the space shuttles are required to fly 1000 hours, means they have required to fly 1000 hours before becoming a pilots or a commanders as a jet pilot before they can be selected as an astronaut. This is a training which they have to take, and a person has to be at least 58 inches, means 4 feet 10 inches tall to be selected for a space mission. This height is required, 48 inches or 4 feet 10 inches. Next is the first person to reach space was Soviet cosmonaut, you all know, Yuri Gagarin in 1961 on board the spacecraft Vostok 1, spacecraft name Vostok 1. He orbited Earth for 108 minutes. इन्होंने अर्थ के अराउंड 108 मिनट्स तक चक्कर लगाया. Next is the first woman in space was Soviet cosmonaut named Valentina Tereshkova in 1963, and she orbited Yuri Gagarin for 108 minutes, and she orbited for nearly 3 days aboard Vostok 6. He was in Vostok 1 and she was in Vostok 6. The longest time spent living in outer space was, longest time, notice this, was 2 years and 73 days over a period between 1991 to 1999. Astronauts can urinate while wearing their spacesuit. This is a facility that they can pass urine in spacesuits outside of the spacecraft. He or she will wear a maximum observancy garment, that is known MAG, which can hold up to 2 liters of fluid. Next, they can choose from 70 different types of food. They can take 70 different types of food with them. However, the food will either be already pre-packed or need just a very small amount of preparation. Next is common items eaten include brownies, meat, pasta, fruit and soft drinks. Astronauts must eat any fresh vegetables or fruit within 2 days after launch, as it quickly spoils, so the majority of the fruit is dried. So, with the help of this, we are going to fill the blanks here. Number 1 is, as it is written over here, you can see 505. As of 2010, 505 people worldwide have gone into space. It is necessary to fly 1000 hours. Number 1 is here 505 people, number 2 is here 1000 hours. As jet pilot to become an astronaut, means he has to get a training to fly 1000 hours before become a pilot or an astronaut. Clear? And the third is a person has to be at least 58 inches, that is 4 feet 10 inches tall. The minimum height required is that to be selected for a space mission. Number 4, the longest time spent living in outer space was 2 years 73 days. 2 years 73 days. And the last is MAG. The full form of MAG is maximum absorbency garment. Now moving on to the next chapter, that is 16, Flora and Fauna. That is desert animals which we are going to cover under this topic. Students, we have read about many kind of animals. Who live on land are known as land animals, who live in desert are known as desert animals, who live in water are known as aquatic animals. Clear? So we are going to discuss here some desert animals who live in deserts. Their body is like to adapt the harsh conditions of the desert, means they can live without water for long days and they can survive in a heat. Desert animals have evolved to adapt to the hostile, the harsh or the unfavorable conditions of the desert's heat. As we all know that desert is hot and lack of water. They have adapted their bodies and behaviors to the desert climate. So, given below are some animals which live in deserts. Also, a short description is provided with them. Write their names with the help of help box. Fill it carefully and the handwriting should be very clear. So, take out your pencils. Number 1, they use their hoofs and horns to remove spines from cacti and then eat the juicy insides. तो they अपने इनके पैरों के जो खुर होते हैं और जो हॉर्न्स होते हैं उनको वो यूज़ करता है इसके आउटर साइड का सारा पूरा निकालने के लिए, so that they can eat the juice inside, that is big horn sheep. Number 2, it reaches a length of over 8 inches. इसकी height 8 inches होती है, that is scorpio. And the third one is, it is the second fastest animal in the world, ostrich, and the first is cheetah. Number 4, very predatory, means naturally preying other animals, and when frightened and running fast will rear up and run on its hind legs. पीछे वाले पैर पे चलना शुरू कर देता है जब डर जाता है, तेज भागने लग जाता है. And the answer is C-O-L-T-A-R-E-D, coltrate lizard, L-I-Z-A-R-D. Number 5, have the ability to convert the dry seeds they eat into water. Dried seeds को water में convert करने की ability रखता है kangaroo rat. Number 6, it has 2 humps, as you can see, bacterian camel. And this number 7, one of the smallest owls in the world, elf owl. Number 8, use a side winding motion to move across the hot surface sand, that is side winder. And the 9th is inhabited water at high temperature, 100 degree Fahrenheit, that is pupfish. And lays eggs and produces milk for its young. अपने babies के लिए eggs lays करता है, अब milk produce करता है. Actina, spiny and tator. So we finish here. Fill it carefully. Thank you.